it is perhaps fitting that Nissan has linked up with Lucasfilm to create the Rogue One Star Wars Limited Edition Rogue crossover. Not because that collaboration makes any sense beyond the shared words, but because both companies have shown that they can take a good idea and miss on the execution. It was that way with Episode I, A Phantom Menace, and the same is true for the 2017 Nissan Rogue Hybrid. Okay, maybe we're not as big of fans of Nissan's compact crossover as we are of the Star Wars franchise, but the standard Rogue is plenty competent and is now more competitive with a refresh for 2017. That's why the new hybrid model, a first for this compact crossover, had us expecting a welcome addition to the lineup. It seemed like a can't-lose proposition, but instead it has us thinking more of the pod races, midichlorians, and wooden acting that dragged down the highly anticipated Star Wars reboot. The Rogue Hybrid's stats aren't the problem. Nissan paired a 141 horsepower, 144 pound-foot 2.0-liter, naturally aspirated four-cylinder with a 30 kilowatt electric motor for net output of 176 horsepower. That's more power than the 2.5-liter gas-only model. It sounds great on paper. The two-clutch hybrid system sounds nice too. Fitting one clutch between the engine and the electric motor and another between the motor and the Z-tronic continuously variable transmission lets the engine shut down during highway driving and while coasting. In the gas engine stead, the electric motor and the quick-charging lithium-ion battery pick up the slack and yield improved fuel economy. But the two clutches suffered from what we'll call bad directing. The Rogue Hybrid's constant cycling between the gas engine and electric motor brings the powertrain's disagreements to the forefront. By contrast, the gas-electric Rogue's only natural rival, the Toyota RAV4 Hybrid, uses a planetary gear set to seamlessly integrate engine and electric motor, making shifts and power source easy to ignore. You can't ignore the Rogue's juggling. Dig into the throttle from a standstill, and a half-second later the electric motor and gas engine starts squabbling about where the power should come from. At first it seems like a laggy throttle, but after a short while you realize the issue isn't as simple as poor throttle calibration. It feels like the engine and motor are reading different chapters of different books in different libraries. Once the Rogue gets around to moving, things improve. The Rogue Hybrid's actual performance under load is pleasant. There's almost enough low-end torque to make up for the sluggish off-the-line behavior, and when you're hard on the throttle it provides similar performance to the standard model, despite the extra 200 pounds of hybrid powertrain on board. But back off, and things go to pieces again.